Hey first graders, happy Thursday. Today we are going to be learning about making composite shapes, and what that means is making one big shape out of smaller little shapes. So before we begin today, and because we don't have shape blocks at home, I posted a link on our website that mom and dad can print for you so you can cut off your own shape blocks to use for today's lesson. If you don't have a printer, feel free just to cut them and be creative. So before we start, our shape of the day today that we are learning is the trapezoid. And the trapezoid is really cool because it has four sides, but it has two special lines in it. So you can see this green special line on the top and green line on the bottom. And those are parallel lines. And parallel lines mean that they could go on forever and ever, even into outer space. And they are so straight that they will never touch. But you can see our red lines, they are not parallel lines. So if they kept growing and met in space, they would eventually cross. So parallel lines mean they never touch. So a trapezoid has four sides and one set, meaning two parallel lines in it. So you can use your shape blocks to do these. I am going to draw our problems today, and to make it a little bit easier because I am drawing, I drew the big shape already it asked us to make. So our first problem says use 3 triangles to make one trapezoid. Okay, so I know a trapezoid looks like this. So I'm thinking, how can I put 3 triangles inside of here? And I know I'm going to make my first triangle by putting one right here. So here is my first triangle in my trapezoid, and the next triangle, I'm going to flip it upside down. So here is my second triangle, and finally here is my third triangle. So you can put 3 triangles together, one right side up, one upside down, and one last one on the end to make a trapezoid. Number 2, you might think is pretty easy. It says use 4 squares to make one larger square. So here is my larger square, and I'm going to draw one square in it and then see what to do next. So here is my one square. Oh, it looks like I have space for one more square next to it and 2 more squares on the bottom. So by putting 4 squares together, I can make a big one. Our next one says use 6 triangles to make one hexagon. How can we think about how to do this? I know that if I were to cut my hexagon in half, it is made up of 2 trapezoids. Do you see that? There's a trapezoid on the top and a trapezoid on the bottom. So I know that my whole hexagon is going to look really similar to this trapezoid we did up here. So I'm going to make my first triangle. Here is my number 1 triangle. Now I'm going to flip it upside down again. There is my second one. And whoops, here is my third triangle. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom, but it's going to be upside down. So here is my first triangle. 1, 2, and 3. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles to make one hexagon. And finally, here is our most challenging one. It says use 1 trapezoid, 1 rhombus, and 1 triangle to make a hexagon. So we already know that let's make the top half our trapezoid. That'll be the easiest way for us to do it. So I'm going to draw a line straight across, and here is our 1 trapezoid. So I'm going to cross it off because we used it. Boop! Now we need to draw a triangle. Where can I fit a triangle in here? This is where you can try and piece together your shapes. So I know I'm going to put 1 triangle down here. And it's not perfect because I don't have the perfect shape, but left down here is my rhombus. So remember, a rhombus looks like our diamond. So try to make your own shapes, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, first grade.